Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we are really getting into the reviews around the RG Slide Retro Games console. So if you're trying to figure out, quickly if this handheld actually manages to blend that old school charm with modern tech, well, we've done the legwork for you. We're boiling it down to the strengths, the surprises, and yeah, the important trade-offs. The main idea, the pitch, is pretty compelling. The RG Slide aiming for this blend of nostalgia and real modern convenience, trying to get back that classic handheld feel, but maybe without constantly battling outdated hardware issues.
And that's exactly the challenge, isn't it? Reviewing retro hardware is tricky. Our mission today is basically to see if this thing is just a pretty face, or if the tech inside genuinely makes those classic games better to play. Because success isn't just looking retro, it's got to perform, be stable, and feel good to hold for hours. That's what players expect.
Okay, let's kick things off with the immediate stuff. The look and feel, the reviews seem pretty consistent here, praising the aesthetics. It's described as this compact white device, clean looking, maybe a little futuristic, but still feels rooted in that golden age of portables. Definitely seems designed for those quick pick up and play moments, right? On the go or just a quick break.
Yeah, the physical presence feels solid. Doesn't feel flimsy or cheap, which, matters for these kinds of dedicated devices. But the visuals, they're really dominated by that screen, 4.7 inches.
Right.
And for a handheld this size, reviews call it bright, crisp, surprisingly detailed, actually.
And that screen quality is huge when you're talking retro games.
Oh, absolutely.
A good 4.7-inch screen means those old 16-bit sprites aren't just a muddy mess. They look sharp, vibrant, the colors pop, the motion's smooth. It really brings those games back to life, maybe even better than the original hardware sometimes, just because the displays are so much better now.
Exactly. That clarity is vital for, pixel-perfect jumps in platformers or trying to make out early 3D shapes. But, okay, beyond the screen, we absolutely need to talk controls. This is where so many retro handhelds just fall flat.
Yeah, a common fail point.
But the reviews suggest the RG Slide gets the ergonomics right. It sits well in the hands, which you need for anything longer than, say, 15 minutes. And critically, the D-pad, the heart and soul of classic gaming, is apparently really responsive, described as satisfying to use.
Satisfying. That's such a specific, important word for a D-pad, isn't it?
It is.
It suggests that tactile click, the feedback you need for, precise fighting game inputs or platforming. Does it feel anything like, say, the classic Nintendo handheld D-pads? Is it aiming that high?
It definitely seems to be aiming for that quality benchmark, yeah. The feedback is meant to be precise, not mushy or loose. And the analog sticks are smooth, apparently well placed. Shoulder buttons too often an afterthought, but reviews say they're positioned well, easy to hit without awkward hand movements, and the overall build quality seems strong, like no creaks or flexing plastic. Feels like it's built to last.
Okay, so comfort seems nailed down.
Mm.
But the design, it has that obvious party trick, right? The sliding screen. That's where the slide name comes from. Is that just for show, or does it actually do something useful?
It seems like smart design, actually. Hits both style and function. Yeah, it looks cool, gives it a unique kind of high-tech vibe. But the practical side is real.
Yeah.
Slide the screen closed, and it protects the controls, the buttons, the sticks.
Wow, right?
So you don't have to worry so much about damage if you just toss it in a bag. When it's closed, it's just this neat, solid little brick. Secure.
That is pretty thoughtful, actually. Acknowledges how people actually use portable things. Okay, let's unpack this then. Shifting from the physical to the engine inside. Performance. How well does this little device punch above its weight? Because just having power isn't enough,
Right.
It needs to be stable, consistent.
That really is the million-dollar question, and the reviews suggest the RG Slide performs surprisingly well. It boots up quickly. That's always nice for convenience and loads games without much delay. But the real test is how stable it is across different, more demanding systems.
So what does that mean practically? We're not just talking about 8-bit games running. Okay, are we?
Oh, definitely not. I mean, pretty much anything can run those older console games now. The reviews say it handles arcade classics and PlayStation games really well, which is expected. But the impressive part is its ability to handle some of the tougher stuff, like 6th-gen console emulation. Specifically, reviewers mention running even some Dreamcast titles without major slowdowns or crashes.
Dreamcast. Okay, why is Dreamcast such a big deal, such a litmus test for handheld like this?
Well, Dreamcast is just notoriously difficult to emulate well, especially on mobile or lower-powered hardware. Its system architecture was pretty unique, and getting the speed and the 3D graphics right takes serious processing power and really, really optimized software.
Right, it's like a stress test.
Exactly. So when a handheld can run Dreamcast games smoothly, it tells you two things. One, the chip inside is pretty capable, and two, the underlying software, the emulation layer itself, is very well tuned. It kind of suggests there might be some headroom there too.
That leads nicely into this thoughtful modern twist they apparently included.
Uh,
Beyond just raw power, there's a built-in AI assistant. Now, when I hear AI assistant on gaming device, my first thought is, ugh, is it going to be annoying or gimmicky, trying to get in the way?
It seems like they designed it specifically not to be intrusive, more like pure utility. The AI isn't there to like play the game for you. It's there to solve those annoying organizational problems you get with big emulation libraries. Imagine you've got thousands of game files scattered around. How do you find that one specific Japanese RPG you added 6 months ago?
Yeah, that's a real headache for anyone managing their own collection.
Precisely. So the AI helps you navigate. You can use voice commands, apparently, to sort through huge lists or just launch a game quickly. And maybe more cleverly, it learns what you play and suggests similar stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if you play a lot of 2D fighters, it might suggest other 2D fighters, maybe even from different systems, like connecting an arcade game to a console game you just finished. It basically acts like a little curator, helps streamline things, especially if you find the technical side of setting up emulators a bit much.
That actually sounds genuinely useful. Turns it from just a player into more of an intelligent hub.
Uh,
But let's talk storage, because this is where it gets really interesting for serious collectors, right?
mhm.
That expandable storage, up to 2 terabytes via micro SD. That's huge.
2 terabytes is, yeah, it's massive for a portable retro device. You're talking about fitting literally thousands and thousands of games, multiple generations, arcade, consoles from the 8-bit era way up through the early 2000s. Plus room for system files, maybe even other media, if you dream of carrying your entire gaming history in your pocket.
Well, this is basically it. The holy grail potential.
Unbelievable control over the depth of your library. But here comes the catch. The big trade-off the reviews mention. While you can put 2 TB in there, the standard model doesn't actually include an SD card. At all.
Correct.
And it doesn't come preloaded with any software or games either.
Nope. That's the deliberate choice here. The manufacturer is basically giving you the powerful hardware box and saying, okay, the library part, that's your job. So buying the device is just step 1. Step 2 involves getting your own micro SD card, formatting it correctly, setting up the operating system or front end, and then organizing all your game files yourself.
Which kind of splits the audience, doesn't it?
It does.
If you're tech savvy, maybe already deep into emulation, that's probably fine. Maybe even preferable for maximum control.
Right, you could set it up exactly how you want. But for a total newcomer, someone who just wants that instant plug-and-play feel, that initial setup hurdle, finding files, organizing them, that might seem pretty daunting, a bit fiddly.
It's definitely a design philosophy choice.
Yeah.
They went for ultimate capacity and user control over out-of-the-box convenience. It's like a high-performance engine that needs you to turn the key and tune it first. So yeah, if you want instant gratification, this might not be it. But once you do set it up, the control is immense. You basically never have to think about storage space again.
Okay, makes sense. And speaking of practicalities, we should probably touch on battery life and charging. How does it hold up as an actual portable device day to day?
The reviews seem pretty positive there, too. Looks like you get several hours of continuous playtime, which is decent, considering the power needed for some of those tougher systems, like the Dreamcast stuff we mentioned.
Right, that emulation takes juice.
It does. And it uses USB-C for charging, which is good. Quick top-ups are easy, plus an efficient standby mode. So you can pause a game, close the slider, put it down, and come back later without the battery being totally drained.
And sound. Built-in speakers any good? Or do you need headphones?
Built-in speakers are apparently decent, fine for casual play, but it also has options for wired headphones and Bluetooth, so you can get proper immersive sound if you want it, which is pretty standard now, but good to have confirmed.
So, okay, pulling it all together, synthesizing the consensus here, the RG slide sounds like, well, a premium bit of kit. Seems like it offers a really outstanding mix of fun, that flexibility with the storage, and a bit of flair with the sliding screen. It sounds like it actually delivers on that promise of a nostalgic yet powerful modern gaming experience.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So, what does it all mean? Weighing the pros and cons. The device seems to strike a really impressive balance. You get the retro design appeal, but with modern tech, that actually works well. It's powerful enough for some quite demanding emulation, versatile enough for both casual players who like the design and hardcore collectors who want that massive storage potential. The quality seems to justify the price point, assuming you're okay with that initial setup.
It certainly seems that way. Which brings us nicely to our final thought for today. The RG slide presents this sort of interesting paradox, doesn't it, about what we expect from modern tech. We started talking about modern convenience, but to unlock its biggest feature, that huge 2 TB library potential, it specifically makes you do some initial work. The setup. We kind of live in an age of instant everything, but maybe true appreciation for a massive, personally curated retro library needs that little bit of upfront effort. Is having ultimate control over potentially your entire gaming past worth that hour or two of file wrangling to get started? That's maybe something to think about, depending on how deep you really want to go with retro gaming.